And I can speak for this because I actually have the same setup at my house. And I flush my toilets with rain-caught water. And we use about 1,100 gallons a month flushing rainwater down the toilet. So, but just to give you some idea of how much water you can catch off your roof, just this trailer here, which is 36 feet long and 8 feet wide, with 1 inch of rain, we would be able to fill this 125 gallon tank plus this 55 gallon barrel with water with 1 inch of rain. So, just to give you some idea, that's a lot of water. I mean, just off of this small surface. So, but the way this works is water comes off the roof. I'm going to hold it up till they get back. But to give you some idea of how it works, water comes off your roof and then runs down into what we call the first flush. If y'all want to move a little closer so you can see, you don't have to yell as loud. It goes into your first flush diverter. The first flush diverter is exactly what it says. It catches all the first amount of stuff that comes off your roof. Bird poo, dirt, dust, those types of things, which is something you really don't want in your water. And you size it according to your roof space. There's actually a ball inside, and as that tube fills up, the ball goes up and then diverts the water into the tank. Now, once it's in the tank, we've got a couple of things here. This is just to show you what it looks like on the inside. This is our intake valve with a float, and it pulls the water off the top. And then this is our float switch. This is the brains behind everything. So what happens, this float switch is attached to this pump. When you flush the toilet, the pump kicks on and fills the toilet up and then cuts off. Now, in case we run out of water, this cuts the power off to the pump and also turns the water, switches the solenoid to your municipal water. So you always have water to your toilet. And in the case where the electricity goes out or you run out of water, you always have water to your toilet. So, but it's, like I said, I can vouch for it because I've got, there's Mike. Are there any questions about the system, or do any of you have any questions? Or
is it economical, feasible?
This tank and this pump was about $500. Now the system I've got at my house, which is 1,500 gallon tank, is about $2,000, and that depends on if you can do a little plumbing and a little electrical work. But you know, for practical purposes, we say $2,000 to $3,000. So the biggest expense is going to be your tank. It's going to roughly cost you about $1 a gallon to store. But one thing that got me really worried this year, I've had my system 4 years. In May and June, I ran out of water, and I've never run out in May and June. I've always ran out in July. This year, I'm full in July. So we got 4 inches of rain in July already. So my tank is like overflowing already. So, but the neat thing about this system is that you're continuously using the water. So it's not really stagnant or sitting there. And it's sized according to the roof that we've got and everything. So, but it's a pretty neat.
Can most of those items be bought in Alabama?
Oh, everything that's here was bought at Lowe's, or you can get it at Home Depot. You can get it at any plumbing place. All of this, it's accessible.
Including the tank.
Now the tank is the only thing. It came from North Carolina tank, or Carolina tanks out of North Carolina. And then one other thing we're going to show you is on the side here, we just have some examples of some drip irrigation, what you can use with your tank. Just to kind of give you some comparisons, we've got this oscillating sprinkler, and it uses 300 gallons per hour versus these flag emitters, which you can get 4 gallons per hour, 2 gallons, 1 gallon per hour. But these are just various kinds that you can get. So you can really make your water go a long way, with these emitters. Of course, that means you've got to run one to each plant. Or you can use drip tape. I don't know if any of you are familiar with drip tape. You can use that also. So, but anyway, it's just something to show you guys how you can utilize rain caught water. But this is also set up where we have a spigot set up that you can run off the pump also, or you can just use gravity feed. So there's a number of things you can do. But anyway.
Are there specific applications for these?
Really, these run on anywhere from 10 psi. So if you use these, really you need at least 10 pounds per square inch of pressure. But you know, I use them on my rain barrel all the time. And in fact, I've got a rain barrel just like this one at my house, and I've got a couple of cucumber plants, and I just have these little emitters, and it works fine. But I've got my tank up off the ground. Now that's one thing, the higher you can get your tank, the better off you are. Because for every 2.3 feet you go up, you get 1 pound of pressure, or 1 psi. That's why all the water towers are always on the highest point and up on a big tower in every city. Because it's not, when you catch your water on in the morning, it's not pumps pushing the water to you, it's actually gravity. So that's just kind of a neat thing. We let gravity do the work for us. So, but anyway, are there any questions or anything? And this is the